What's going on, Taurus? How are you doing? Hope you're doing super well. This is the Autistic Mystic, and this is going to be your general reading for the week of March 25th through the 31st, 2024. So in this reading, Taurus, we're going to take a look at your overall general energy, some things you do not see coming, and we're also going to get some advice from your angels and spirit guides for you, and so much more regarding the week of March 25th through the 31st, 2024, the last week of March. So before we begin this reading, Taurus, as always, I do want to take a moment to let you know that you are very welcome here in this space with me as we go through this reading, and I really do appreciate you in advance for taking the time to check this reading out. Now, if this general reading does happen to resonate with you, or if you want to support the channel, definitely smash that like button, subscribe down below if you have not already for future updates. I would also really appreciate that over here, Taurus. So without further ado, I'm going to pull the energy for you. We'll see what's coming your way for this upcoming week in March. As always, I would like to thank the angels, the interdimensional beings, and the spirit guides who are overseeing this act of divination for the sign of Taurus. I just feel the masters. This reading is not going to be the typical reading for Taurus. I already know that. You probably feeling it too. The tapped in ones. You're all tapped in. Exactly. All right, hold on. All right. Okay, Taurus, so before we get into the tarot, let's start this reading off with some pre-shuffled oracle cards for you. And these are some messages from the universe for you. And the first one is the perfect storm, the courage to step into life. Okay, so there is a perfect storm coming your way, Taurus, and if you try to argue with Mother Nature, you will lose every time. So there's definitely some turbulence coming into your life when it comes to the 25th through the 31st. You also have the first card that jumped out of the deck was the Tower, which is kind of like a perfect storm frequency as well. So there's definitely a lot going on here, Taurus. Holy... Okay, so we're back finally. So this is going to be a very exciting and turbulent time. I feel like there's some sort of shocking truth about your relationships coming in, Taurus. For many of you, there is a relationship coming in that is going to completely blow your mind, but it's going to require you to get out of your comfort zone big time. And so I actually feel, Taurus, that this perfect storm is like more of a frequency that a thunderstorm is coming through and you were a little nervous about it at first, but now you're actually getting excited because you are protected. And your relationships will not look the same for most of you, or your love life. There's a big change for the Taurus collective in your love life when it comes to the 25th to the 31st, okay? And I feel like there's something coming in that's going to shock you, but don't make me your enemy. So you wanna play with Palace? Taurus, you should know. Right, okay, now the next card that you have is in the hand. The universe is your partner. Okay, Taurus. And so this is a message for all of you that are gonna go through this turbulent time. You cannot have anxiety and faith at the same time. You see, sometimes our biggest blessings are disguised as our biggest moments of anxiety or our biggest failures. You know, there's definitely something going on, Taurus, that you are protected amidst the storm. So let's say that you're on a boat floating in the ocean and there's this big storm coming. You're going to make it through the turbulence this week. I promise you are. But you have to know that you're protected, and you can't... Here's the thing. we all have freedom of choice in this life. And the definitions that you have in your consciousness to believe what you want to believe about any given event in your life is up to you and your free will. Everything, the gift that God has given to all of us, Taurus, is that everything is neutral. There is no built-in meaning. And you, with your free will, if you choose to label a tower moment as the worst thing that ever will happen to you, then according to your faith, do it unto you, be it unto you. If you choose to view this tower moment as one of the best awakenings to get you out of stagnation, then according to your faith, do it unto you, be it unto you. Thy will be done. So you, Taurus, are going to be in for a pleasant shock that is going to require you to let go of things, and it's going to require you to put yourself first for the first time in a long time. And it may also require you to detach from people that have been putting themselves first in your reality the whole time, and it's a divine mirror that you were meant to observe, but you hated it, but now you're seeing it for what it is. That's for some of you, not all of you. Now let's get to the next energy here. We have the vanishing mirror, ego sublimation. And so the universe is taking out your ego. Your ego has become a target for the universe, but I don't want you to slip into like, oh, I've been in my ego in a negative way. No, this is a blessing coming in for you, Taurus. Like I feel many of you have been playing small, or you have been trying to keep yourself safe in some sort of way. So when it comes to this ego sublimation here, you have to understand that your self-definitions have become too rigid. And that's what this week is all about, Taurus. Too rigid around what you've come to learn so that you can box your life into an area of this is safe and this is unsafe. Safe versus unsafe. But you're going to be feeling potentially very unsafe when it comes to the 25th to the 31st as a result of relational changes going on in your life. It doesn't have to be romantic for all of you, but for many of you, I sense that it will be. You're going to be feeling very unsafe, but sometimes you have to realize that being unsafe is the safest place that you could be. So like, there's a crude analogy that I'm not going to use now, but this is a perfect storm. Are you ready for? Okay, so let's just keep going, Taurus. Now, your opportunity for this week is the Eight of Cups. And this is someone who is leaving behind their old life because they're still in search of their 9th and their 10th cup. And the 9th and the 10th cup are ironically both contained in this reading. The 9 of Cups is your challenge, and the 10 of Cups is your advice. So you have been playing yourself small. Many of you have not juiced your spiritual rank for all that it's worth in this life because it's unsafe and you don't want to make people feel bad or something. Many of you listening to me right now are very highly spiritually ranked. And yes, this is a thing that can disturb the ego. You can't just incarnate into a body and have a certain life path number or have a certain birth chart. It's all karma, and many of you have very good karma in this life, but you have, with your own free will, have played small, or you have let your just trying to be safe and holding on to things that you think that are convinced that will make you happy. But you are being called to open your heart like you never have before, and it's going to disturb your ego. It is going to disturb your ego because many of you have a sublimated. So some of you, obviously, we all love ourselves. We are all narcissistic to a certain degree, but I feel from this reading that you need to become more narcissistic, not in a way to create separation, but so that you can actually live in the high spiritual rank that you are and let that energy flow over you, and you be an example. You become a trendsetter. You become someone who isn't afraid to shock people. Because for some of you, this is going to be letting go of people pleaser tendencies. And a lot of you have had a narcissist around you, or you've been saying, oh, How do I just fall into this people pleaser and this person is so selfish? It's because whoever was around you in love, they were a divine mirror to show you what was actually inside of you, but the person around you wasn't doing it the right way. They may have been narcissistic, and they were also narcissistic. This person around you was narcissistic in the little self, just trying to be safe. You're meant to become bigger here, Taurus, but it's not what you think it is. This is not a big further ego amplification. The energy, was ego sublimation, letting go of your ego. I'm not telling you to let go of your ego to have a bigger ego. I'm telling you to let go of your ego to allow something in that you can't even imagine, but because it's so high frequency and because it's so different and because it involves a storm to awaken you to what it is, you're going to think, oh, well, I better not let my ego get in the way. But your ego has not been properly utilized in this matrix for the divine good of yourself and all. Like I said, the Nine of Cups is your challenge, and there's someone around you who is very narcissistic that was a divine mirror for you, but it's not what you think. You are meant to put yourself first, but it's very challenging for you to do this. There may be responsibilities. There may be people who are angry at you when you decide to go onto angel time instead of demon time. And I don't care if you have been meditating with angels all day. You can still be on demon time meditating with angels all day. Not to say that you're a demon or you're an angel. We're all a combination of both. But there's something in this reading perhaps about you need to start holding space for end consciousness. The autistic mystic can post on his Instagram a picture of where my ancestors come from, Clan Sutherland in Scotland, and I can be proud of that. And then I can also post a picture of Native Americans saying that no one owns the land, no one owns the water, we should all live free. And you need to be able to do both, because right now it's almost like different Tauruses are on different sides of the coin. You need to integrate your ego right now, because your ego can get you very things that you want, but some of you are conditioned that those things are wrong or will make you a bad person. And I feel like this is what this is about, Taurus. Like, this Nine of Cups is like, you may have been in a narcissistic bubble, but it wasn't to the degree that your spiritual rank would be properly proud. So now let's go to your overall general energy. Definitely some turbulence in relationships. I feel like there's a good Tower moment coming through. For most of you, it will be rough though. In your overall general energy, you have the Tower, the Two of Cups in reverse, and also the Temperance card here, Taurus. Okay? And so I feel like there's going to be someone who may be very upset with you for walking away from them, or for you to step into your own power. Like I said, the opportunity is the Eight of Cups. You're in search of your 9th and your 10th cup. For a lot of you, soul family is coming in, but you need to you need to be brave enough to allow that in. The Tower to the Two of Cups is definitely a shock to one of your primary relationships. There could also be a new relationship coming in for you that is very scary, or there's something very spiritual about it. The Temperance card, whenever I see the Temperance card and the Tower, this is divine intervention. This week is all about divine intervention for you, but you must be still, and you must not let your mind play tricks on you, because for a lot of you, you're going to end up in the same trapping. And it's all about ego versus intuition. The Temperance card is all about moderation as well. It's all about an angelic frequency. The universe could be removing, angels could be your ancestors. A lot of you, your ancestors, a lot of you, Taurus, a lot of you, you have a very, an ancestor that does not like the way that someone has been treating you, or you have an angel that they don't approve of the way that someone in your life has been treating you and has been sublimating your ego or like further confusing you. So this is a very complicated reading, but let's keep going. You have, in what you don't see coming, Taurus, you have the Five of Pentacles, the High Priestess, and also the Two of Pentacles. So that's why this is a perfect storm. In what you don't see coming, you can't have faith and anxiety at the same time. A lot of you, your life may feel like this for the 25th to the 31st, even if it's just in your own head. It may feel like a Five of Pentacles frequency lack. You know, this isn't where I'm meant to be, or how could this have happened, or where am I going now? You know, but you cannot have faith and anxiety at the same time. Whatever is going on for you, you must choose with your free will that this is for my highest good. Whatever is falling apart, whatever is, you know, lack of money, lack of proper relationship, lack of whatever, this too shall pass. This too shall pass. Okay? And you're going to have to juggle something for a while, though. It's interesting to me as well that the High Priestess is the number 2, and the Two of Pentacles is obviously the number 2, and the number 2 has to do with partnership and feminine energy. And you also have the Two of Cups in reverse next to the Tower. So a lot of you, this is about redefining your relationship with your own feminine energy. Not to say that you're not going to be in feminine energy going forward, you are, but there may be a change. You know, the number 5 has to do with change. There may be a physical change to your feminine energy. Take it as it resonates or don't. Now, when it comes to your advice, this storm that's why it's not just a storm. It's a perfect storm. I've never seen a tower that I felt so good about in a long time. I know I say a lot of times on these readings, hey, you know, this tower, I feel like it's a good tower. I feel like this is the best tower of your life. You may have some scars under the hairline. You may have to deal with something that is a little bit bittersweet. But trust me, Taurus, you must activate the higher timeline with your free will of the definitions in your consciousness that you repeat to yourself through affirmation or prayer or writing. Don't just free flow, go into a marijuana haze on this one. So your advice is the Three of Cups, the Ten of Cups, and the Queen of Cups. So your soul family is coming in for you here, Taurus, is what I feel. The Three of Cups has to do with a celebration. You should celebrate this. You should celebrate this loss. And even if nothing's going on in the external world and it's just a decision that you come to this week that things will later crumble around, you need to celebrate this and understand that there are new people coming in, but you must not view this new situation as unsafe, because the most unsafe thing that you're experiencing is your own ego keeping you trapped small or not putting yourself first. You need to extend unconditional love to the world and to your highest vision. The Ten of Cups is all about a happily ever after frequency, but it's about your wish fulfillment. It's about what are your hopes and wishes in the long term. And the Queen of Cups has to do with unconditional love. So you must extend unconditional love to your new vision for your life, which obviously Spirit is telling you that it has to do with people. There could be new soul family coming in. This could be the termination of a karmic contract. And that's what I feel. You know what I feel from this reading, Taurus? And I kind of feel like I'm going to throw up as I'm saying it. So you may feel this. Wow. You were contracted with someone in a relationship. For many of you, this will be romantic, but as a result of the choices that this person made, it turned from a soulmate type of relationship into a karmic relationship. My life is a product made to crumble. We ballin'. So you can't save everyone. And I feel like a lot of you have been saying that I want to stay around this person for a high spiritual ideal, but it was really because of your own ego sublimation. So, wow, let's continue on this reading. Better listen when I talk, Mary, don't trip. It's a lot of Marys. All right, let's continue. Wow. All right, let's clarify why the Tower is here. Why is the Tower here? The Tower is clarified by the Knight of Wands, the Empress, and also the Five of Wands here. So that's an interesting clarification. I feel like for a lot of you, this is about knowing your worth. There's definitely a Tower moment to know that you've been settled. Tauruses that settle for less, I call them bottom shelf. You can't settle for less anymore. You need to understand that you're an empress, you're a queen, you're a king in this reality. And there's something about stepping up to the plate. You have the Five of Wands having to do with training yourself or competition or a game. And you also have the Knight of Wands, which is a very enthusiastic individual who's ready to make spontaneous, inspired decisions. And so I feel like this Tower is that in order to activate your highest timeline and to activate the true spiritual rank that you were meant to incarnate with on a physical level, because a Taurus, you are going to have to do some risky things. There also may be someone playing games with you that you are disconnecting from, but you are going to have to do some risky things here. Okay? And for some of you, this Two of Cups in reverse is not, so if you're single, it may be not someone you're disconnecting from, but it may be like your new soul family comes in during a storm, or it's like a very, whoever you're going to be with next, or maybe it's a group of people or something, like the way that it happens is like, this is not what I thought. Like, this doesn't feel like a Disney movie, like Walt Disney. So let's just clarify why. Let's clarify why the Eight of Cups is here in your opportunity. You have the Three of Swords. So yeah, this is walking away from heartbreak. And I feel like a lot of you need to understand that you've hit rock bottom in some sort. You have hit rock bottom. So the only way out of this pit is to, I feel like there's some sort of risk that you need to take, but it's more of a risk to define the events in your life as positive, even if it doesn't seem like it. Let's clarify why, Taurus. The High Priestess is here in what you don't see coming. The High Priestess is clarified by the Justice card and the King of Pentacles here. So for a lot of you, Taurus, there's definitely an intuitive way that you're going to have a lot of abundance in your life. That's why the Tower is here with the Empress. But this is also about, there could be an earth sign. There could be someone with a lot of earth placements that you know you're going to be with here. Your intuition, a lot of you could be so tapped in and you could know that something is coming here. The King of Pentacles is generally someone who has a lot of money, status, or is very earthy. And the Justice card is about balance to the realm of thought, and it's about karma. So the universe is sending you your divine counterpart for a lot of you. The universe is sending you someone who is actually going to view you as an empress, or someone who is going to honor your own spiritual rank, which will then change your physical life. And don't be afraid of the physical changes that are going on, or don't be afraid of the vanishing mirror here, because I feel like this is almost like a vertex moment where whether it's one person or a group of people, this is something good coming into your life, Taurus, but you can't define it as negative. The Justice card to the King of Pentacles, there may be a new earth sign that you just intuitively know is coming in for you. You have let's clarify the Nine of Cups in your challenge, and I feel like you're not activating synchronicity to the degree that it could by following your highest excitement. And maybe that's what the Tower is about with the Five of Wands to the Knight of Wands to the Empress. You need to follow your highest excitement, which includes an earthy, fiery mix. Or that's what the Tower is about. But why is the Nine of Cups here? The Nine of Cups is clarified by the Queen of Swords. Could be really challenging for you to put up boundaries with people in your life, to put yourself first. and to make a decision to do so. And also to make a decision, Taurus, that your emotions can only arise, for the most part, due to your own beliefs. For the most part. You need to switch up your belief system. And that's why I was saying view everything as neutral and then implant the definitions that you choose with your own free will, because you'll always get a corresponding result of what you choose. Mr. Tate, be careful what you speak, Mr. Tate. Be careful what you speak, Mr. Tate. Be careful what you speak, Mr. Tate. Projection! Let's clarify that advice. Let's clarify why the 10 of Cups is in your advice. The Hierophant in reverse. Perhaps, I feel that, yeah, and this is for all of you, so you really need to use your intuition, but this is the blanket statement for the Taurus. You are seriously being challenged to let go of your idea of what, there's a few things coming through. The first thing is about tradition. There may be a redefinition to what tradition and commitment means for you. That's the first thing. There could be a new cycle of your life coming in that may involve people and not just you and one person in a single family home in an apartment wondering why it sucks, because humans are meant to be around other humans. But here's the thing. You also have this Hierophant thing in reverse, which is about the whole reading I kept bringing up, your spiritual rank. Many of you have not juiced your spiritual rank to all it's worth because you want to be a good person. Or you want to save everyone, but everyone with their, you have people around you with you. You have people around you with their free will who don't want to be saved. He don't want to be saved. Don't save her. Okay? And this is about you. This is about you moving towards a new vision and not letting tradition hold you back. But this is also about, there could be a marriage that is coming to an end for some of you, a spiritual marriage. But it's more so about this thing about your own spiritual rank has not been activated. And guess what? You have free will.